Hey, James here. 10 photos today, and I promise you, none of them are what they look like at first glance. Let's go. That's not just any plane. Zeppelin called it the Starship, a converted Boeing 720 with a bar, a fireplace, and a bedroom. I'm not making that up. The crew had a nickname for it that I can't repeat here. Plant looks relaxed. Bonham looks like Bonham always looked. What happened on that plane stayed on that plane. Mostly. But if you think they were wild, wait till you hear the truth about Woodstock. Everyone assumes this is Woodstock. And if it is, here's what they don't tell you. Hendrix went on at 9 in the morning. Most of the crowd was already gone. The performance that gets analyzed in every guitar documentary you've ever seen played to a half-empty field of sleeping bags and mud. He didn't adjust the set list, didn't shorten anything, just played for 2 hours to whoever was left standing. I think about that a lot, honestly. The fewer people watching, the harder some musicians go. The Runaways were teenagers. Plant was the biggest rock star alive. And he was one of the only people in that whole LA scene who actually took them seriously as a band. Joan Jett talked about it years later. At a time when everyone was treating them like a gimmick, that mattered. Simple as that. Look at him. 26 years old, sitting against a wall with Stooges written behind him like a tombstone. By 73, the band was practically done. 2 record deals, one imploded, the other a disaster. The management around him at the time wasn't trying to help. I genuinely believe some of those people wanted to watch him burn. What saved him was Bowie. Flew him to London, got him into a studio, tried to keep him focused. Raw power came out of the wreckage of this moment. He'd eventually have to drag him to Berlin just to keep him alive, but sometimes the bottom is where the good stuff gets made. And speaking of hitting a wall, 2 years before Dark Side of the Moon. And Waters already has that look, like he's running the numbers in his head and doesn't love what they're telling him. By this point, the ideas were his. The direction was his. The rest of the band just didn't know it yet officially. They'd figure it out eventually. So would he. 3 years before he died. He already knew by 88. And almost nobody in the public did. Look at him. White suit, full smile, holding on to Annie like they've got all the time in the world. She was one of the people he let close during that period. Later, she said he never complained. Not once. Just kept showing up. The last Queen album was recorded with him barely able to stand some days. He kept the absolute worst of it from the band for as long as he humanly could. Sometimes the hardest battles are fought in plain sight. Just ask Joan Jett. That handwritten heart on the wall, that was the whole brand. Raw, D.I.Y. Nobody's backing her. 23 labels turned her down after the Runaways, so she started her own. Pressed records herself, sold them out of a car. Then, I Love Rock and Roll hit, and suddenly everyone wanted in. The same people who said no 23 times were calling her a natural. She remembered every single one of them. Wood had been in the band 5 minutes when this was taken. Still officially on loan from the Faces. He and Keith spent the whole tour just playing together constantly. Backstage, in hotel rooms, everywhere. By the end, it was obvious. Wood was in. The Faces fell apart because of it. Rod Stewart has never fully gotten over it, if I'm being honest. But while the Stones were destroying bands, another guy was just trying to be a good dad. This one always gets me. Frank Zappa, the guy who made records specifically designed to confuse and offend everyone. Sitting in the dirt in overalls, holding his baby daughter. Moon Unit later said her childhood was surprisingly normal. Dad was strict about school, hated drugs in the house, was home for dinner. The most deliberately weird musician of his generation was, at home, kind of a square. He died at 52. She was with him at the end. The Cramps were a love story. That's the thing nobody leads with, but it's true. Ivy and Lux met in '72, built the band together, stayed married until he died in 2009. Never broke up. In a scene built entirely on chaos and self-destruction, they were just solid. The image was horror and sleaze. The reality was two people who genuinely needed each other. What's your favorite Cramps record? Every one of these photos has a story the caption doesn't tell you. That's why I keep doing this. The official version is almost never the interesting one. Drop a comment if any of these surprised you.